Days of play? More like days of plat.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Whatever. Anyways, we're here for the biggest celebration of the year, other than the showcase whenever they decide to show up. But this is going to be the biggest update, the biggest month for PlayStation Plus, and it all starts with this Days of Play celebration in which we have some craziness to check out. Big update, big update. It's got your essential update like we knew was coming. It's got extra PS Plus extra and premium games. Oh baby, we're gonna get into the premium games. I'm very happy. And then we got sales galore, including on hardware. So if you want to get a PlayStation 5, now is a bomb time to do it because they're giving shit away with that PS5. You still gotta pay for it full price, but when you do, you're getting a lot of shit with it, especially if you're into watching TV. Oh boy, are they giving you some good stuff. Let's run through this. Let's take a look. I'm very excited. I took a look ahead already at what we're getting. I hope to inform you guys and make you as excited for this as I am. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to get excited for... Before the pre-roll, look at this avatar for our boy right here. Ooh, he's looking good. He's looking fresh. That's a fresh design for our boy Sly here. I don't care about any... Well, maybe Laura. For Laura. But other than that, I don't care. Except Sly and Laura. He's looking fresh. Okay, but now the thing I really wanna show you guys. I don't think this has ever happened before, but here is our June monthly games for Essential. We have Streets of Rage 4, Fire. We have SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake, Fire. And AEW Fight Forever, I liked it. I did have an okay time with it. It's not the best game, but it's cool if you now just want to check it out and play it for free. Well, free with the subscription, you know what I mean. But the thing I said before, this has never happened before, is that I have a Platinum Hunter's Guide for all 3 of these games. Since I started chronicling these updates with Essential and then eventually moving on to Extra and Premium, I have never covered an update where I have a guide for every game in the update. That's crazy. I have a Streets of Rage 4 guide. It's somewhere in like Platinum Hunter's 20s. And then I have a guide for AEW Fight Forever and SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake. So we will be covering their guides. I'm gonna be a little brief because you can check out the guides. They're full videos for them. For these, I got you covered this month. I absolutely have you covered this month. But let's continue on. This is a reminder that you can still play EA Sports FC 24 in, I believe it's Extra. You can still check it out until June 18. If you're a sports fan, that's well noted. You got something exclusive for Roblox. If you're a Roblox fan, I am not. I don't understand Roblox. The kids do, but I don't, so I'm out. This is cool. We're getting PSVR 2 titles. So for the 3 people that have one, you have 5 new games that you can play. You have Ghostbusters, Rise of Ghost Lord, Walkabout Mini Golf, Synth Riders, Before Your Eyes, and then The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners chapters 1 and 2. I heard in particular Saints and Sinners is pretty good, so that's quite a welcome addition, if I must say. Cool that you will be getting these games added to your library. They will be available June 6th for premium members, so there's a caveat, you have to be a premium member for them, but still cool. Going down, oh, finally, holy smokes, finally, they have fixed or made a new emulator for PS2 games to run on PS5 and PS4. I assume it's coming for that too. And now we got new PS2 Classics. I assume that means we're getting more premium games per month. We'll probably be getting a combination of PS1, PSP, and PS2 games now, which is awesome. That's awesome. They're starting off with a pretty gang crew of games. We got Tomb Raider Legend, awesome one, good pick. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus gets its own port for PS2 that you do not have to stream anymore. Hurry up and do 2, 3, and 4, please. And then we get Star Wars The Clone Wars. Now, these games will be coming to the extra and premium tier like normally classics do. So that means June 11th for premium members. You'll be getting them during the mid-month update. And oh, I just can't wait to see which one of these games gets trophies. I assume that Sly Cooper will be getting trophies, and I also assume it's going to be the same as the trophies that we have for the Sly Collection version on PS3 and Vita. I could be wrong. Maybe they're gonna switch it up a little bit, give us something new to do. I don't know, but we'll find out. And I assume that Tomb Raider Legend probably not getting trophies, and for sure Star Wars The Clone Wars isn't getting trophies. But I think the PS3 version of Legend has trophies, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that we will be getting trophies for Tomb Raider Legend. But generally, if it's not a Sony game, it won't be getting trophies because these other publishers don't care whether they get them or not. But I will report on it as the information comes out. As Exophase and True Trophies and these websites get updated, I will report on that and make their own video covering their trophies. Very exciting. And now, with that new emulator here, I hope that the games that don't work finally now work on the PS5. Like, I would love to play through Ape Escape 2 without there being graphical glitches. I would love that. That would be great. Now with this new emulator, maybe that's possible. And I assume that the old PS2 Classics are going to run better now on this new emulator. So, oh baby, very excited. We'll have more to report on this later. But let's keep going. So you got more games being added to the extra premium tiers here, and they will not be updated during the mid-month. We're actually getting our first one of the 4 May 29th, which is today. As of, well, I'm recording this the day before, but it's just ostensibly today. I'm posting this on the day it's coming. You also get Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 for PS4, available May 31st, 2 days later. Cricket 24, PS4, PS5, June 5th, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, the Definitive Edition, PS4, PS5, June 7th. So, in the lead up to the mid-month, we are getting 4 more games added to the catalog. So that's cool. Awesome. You can also do a trial of 2K24 for PS4 and PS5. That will be available today as well. Cool. The game's pretty new, so that's good to have. You have tons of activities, community challenges for PlayStation Stars. So if you're a fan of that, there's more campaigns. There's going to be the tournaments that are part of the PlayStation tournaments. You have one for FIFA. I keep calling it FIFA. It's EA Sports FC 24, not FIFA. FIFA took their ball and went home. Fuck them. And then here's where you got those offers I was telling you about. If you buy a PlayStation through PlayStation Direct, you will get a multitude of stuff, like whether it's a PlayStation 5 or PSVR 2, you can get $50 off of a PS5 or PS5 Digital Edition, $100 off a PlayStation VR 2 and VR 2 Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle, $20 off select titles if you buy it off PlayStation Direct, Spider-Man 2, Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, MLB The Show 24, MLB The Show 24, which is the special edition, and Rise of the Ronin. You also get a free 12 months of Netflix Premium at no extra cost. That is awesome. That's a freaking great deal. Plus, there are more exclusive offers here. $10 off PlayStation 5 covers, $80 off Marvel Spider-Man 2 Collector's Edition, say 15% off select Sony Pictures movies with PlayStation Plus. That's part of their Sony Pictures Core deal. So there's a lot of stuff here. Damn. And then you can get gear 20% off the PlayStation Direct store and off their gear store. Lastly, you have a bunch of deals for games, and there's going to be flash sales, so you're going to want to keep looking to see which ones are getting the flash deal. They're usually pretty good. They do have a list. You can see which games will be getting a discount, so that's cool that you know ahead of time. And the last thing I'll shout out is that you can get up to 20% off of PS Extra or 30% off of PS Plus Premium. Okay, so now we can get into our 3 games. Normally, we're pretty quick, just announce the games, get into it. Let's get to the guides, but this is a very different video from the usual essential updates. So now we can get into the games, and like I said, I have guides for all 3 of these games, which feels good, man. It really feels good because I can shout out my Streets of Rage 4 guide. Still very good, still useful for this. And I also have the guide for the DLC as well. So if you plan to get the DLC, which I think they're probably going to put on sale to go with this, then I've got guides for both of those. Check that out. But here we go. So for Streets of Rage, let's get into it. The first thing you're going to want to do is get your feet wet. Play this on easy. Get used to the combo system in this game, because there is a combo system. It's much more complex than the first 3 games in the trilogy. There is a combo system with points that you're gonna have to get used to get some of the game's hardest trophies. And you're gonna need to play this game with every character in the game, which is going to require you do 9 playthroughs, because there are 9 characters. Well, actually no, that's wrong. Including the retro characters, there are 16, maybe? I don't know the exact number, but there are a lot of characters plus extra characters if you have the DLC that you need to beat it with. And when it comes to these, let's say all clear SOR1, all clear SOR2, and all clear SOR3, you just have to use one Streets of Rage 1 character, one of the 3 Streets of Rage 2 character, one of the 4, and Streets of Rage 3 character. I believe there's 4 in that game if I'm not mistaken. You just need to use one of each to satisfy those trophies. Along the way, you got a ton of miscellaneous environmental trophies, a ton of them. Some of them are very situational. They're like Easter eggs in the levels themselves, like the family reunion trophy where you need to get the golden chicken from the art gallery to the stock room without breaking it. There's trophies like that, but otherwise you'll get them pretty easily. Then you'll have to do a run of arcade mode on hard mode or higher. Arcade mode, you have a set number of lives, and if you die, you start from the very beginning of the game. This was pretty difficult to do. I have lots of practice now, I can do it pretty easily, but it certainly was a difficult thing. You might want to do this co-op and pair up with somebody to do it. It makes it a lot easier when you have somebody to watch your back. Then finally, you have a ton of trophies where some are difficulty based, some are score based, combo based. Like for example, perfect, complete a stage without taking damage. Do it on the first stage. You have here, get an S rank on any stage. That involves having a high combo to get an S rank, and you can do that on any difficulty actually. The one that's hard is Maniac. Get an S rank on all stages on hard mode difficulty or higher. That is the middle difficulty of the 5. I think there's an extra difficulty now with the DLC, but that is probably the hardest trophy in the game. Here, complete a stage on Mania difficulty. This is hard to do on Mania difficulty, but you can just do the first stage and beat that. Do that co-op if you can. Then you have to achieve an out of this world combo for Combo Master. This is actually a lot easier now if you have the DLC and survival mode. Before, getting an out of this world combo was really difficult before the DLC came out, but now not so bad. Now if you play it in the survival mode, which you have to do for the DLC trophies, it's actually a lot easier to do, so don't stress that one anymore. And then this one takes quite a bit of time, and mostly the reason this is like 25 to 30 hours of play is for the Bleeding Knuckles trophy, which you have to get a lifetime score of 5 million. So you have to keep playing runs until you get a total cumulative score of 5 million points. It takes some time, 25 to 30 hours sounds about right to do that one. You'll probably do it before you get some of these other trophies that are really difficult. And that's Streets of Rage. It's a very fun game. One of my games of the year when it came out. I absolutely love this game. I would probably put this game in the top, let's say, top 20 to 25 games that I've ever played in my life. This game is so good. Another very good game, very well done adaptation, probably the best SpongeBob game, maybe aside from Battle from Bikini Bottom. You have SpongeBob SquarePants, The Cosmic Shake. Purple Lamp understood the assignment, and this was also a best game of mine for the year it came out. It was in my top 5. I loved every single minute of this game, and as you can see, it's 12 hours long, so it's not that long. It's just like pound for pound, hour to game enjoyment. This game is just excellent. It does say 2 playthroughs of the game, but that's not quite right. What it is saying is that you have to play through the game until you unlock all of the items and abilities, and then you can go back to the levels to 100% complete them with abilities you didn't have the first time you played those levels. So there are some progression gates kind of thing, but eventually you're going to use it to complete all the main missions for every level. Lots of cool places from the game that you're going to go to, and then you're going to have a ton of miscellaneous trophies that you're going to want to get along with it, like destroy 500 objects, karate kick 100 enemies, destroy 1000 tikis, you know, these kinds of things here, using your new abilities to get 10, 100, 500 of something. You're going to want to unlock all the costumes for the Fashion Hunter trophy. That involves finding everything and doing 100% of everything. So as you go back to the levels a second time to collect all the collectibles, you're going to be unlocking those costumes as well. SpongeLock Holmes Pants, find the secret in every level. That's part of the 100% completion. And then the best thing about this, the trophies I really loved were the boss fight trophies. They do give a little bit of challenge to this. I found like getting the platinum for Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated a little too easy, a little too streamlined. This gives you a nice challenge, as you have a challenge for each boss. So here you have the first boss. It says here, the good, the bad, and the Krabby. Catch Mr. Krabs in under 3 minutes. This is during the train sequence where you have to rush through the train from the back to the front to catch Mr. Krabs, and you gotta do it in 3 minutes. So you have cool objectives like that that are specific to the boss fight that you're doing. The other one, don't take damage during the Sandy boss fight. You're doing some karate with Sandy, and you have to make sure you beat her without getting hit. And then there's other ones here that I don't want to give too much details because I want you to play this. I want you to check this game out. It's awesome. I cannot scream to the high heavens loud enough that this game is excellent. If you like platformers and SpongeBob, you should play this, and also check out my guide to help you out because the game is excellent. Check it out. It's 10 to 12 hours that you are going to enjoy every single nanosecond of. This game is awesome. Now, the verdict on this game is definitely out. I can only really recommend it if you're a die-hard AEW fan or wrestling game fan that you'll eventually play them all. If you compare it to the WWE games, you're going to be disappointed. I certainly felt that when playing it. But what was here and what they put here, pretty good. I had a pretty good time. Enough that I gave it the number 5 spot for the best platinum I played during the year. I don't know if I'd co-sign that still. With maybe going back to a couple games of that year, probably replace that spot. But I still had a good time, and the best thing about this whole experience is there are no online trophies to speak of for this game. That's awesome, because when it comes to platinums for wrestling games, we only have about 4 or 5 games that you can actually get the plat to this day because servers were shut down and they had online trophies. It's basically like the last 2 WWE games, Legends of WrestleMania, only one of the SmackDown vs. Raw games, and this. That's all you have. The others all had online trophies and all got shut down. So this one has a lot of merit just based on that fact that you can still play it, and you don't have to worry about online trophies. You can go to this game whenever you want, at any time of your life you want to, assuming the PlayStation's still around, like let's say 60 years from now, hopefully. But yeah, this is going to be very hard to cover because there are so many different trophies that have a different objective to them. This is a very condensed version. Check out the guide. I spent a lot of time putting that together, and I tried to be very meticulous to help you with that. So basically 3 out of 10 is correct. I gave it a 3 out of 10 as well. Yep, 35 hours is about right. The 10 playthroughs part is a little deceiving. It actually goes back to this one trophy that is called Living the Wrestler's Life. Basically, you have to complete the story mode, complete Road to Elite 10 times. Yes, that does sound like a grind. To have to complete story mode 10 times sounds like a grind, but the story modes themselves do not last very long in this game. They actually only take about 1 to 2 hours to complete because it's only like 4 segments, so 4 storylines per story mode run. So they actually don't take too long to complete. And also, when you have gotten all the other trophies and you still have Road to Elite playthroughs left, what you can do is just quit out of each match over and over and over again, and you'll be able to complete a playthrough within like maybe 15 to 20 minutes if you're just quitting every match and going through the motions till you get to the end. It still counts as a playthrough, whether you get the lowest ranking at the end of it, doesn't matter, it still counts as a playthrough. So that 10 playthroughs is deceiving. You're gonna want to keep playing the playthrough regular until you get all the rest of the trophies that are associated with Road to Elite mode, like this one here. Hall of Famer, earn a career grade of A+ in Road to Elite. This is the hardest trophy in the game in my opinion. This was hard and I have a full strategy on how you can do it, and this guide here has a full strategy on how you can do it as well. Mine's a little bit different than this one, but it got the job done when I needed it to, and I got that trophy. So check out the guide for that. That is the hardest trophy in my opinion. Another hard trophy was Match of the Year. Earn a 7-star match evaluation against a calm opponent in Exhibition. Most of the matches that I had were either between 2 to 4 stars. So there is a way to do it. It's through the Casino Battle Royale, and it can be tricky because you're gonna need to basically do that Royal Rumble style match from the very first position and then go through all the participants and win. That's how you're gonna get this. There's a couple of ways to do it. I show you how in the guide and how to get it done. But this game, for the price of free $99, I definitely think it'll be a fun time if you're A, an AEW fan, or B, a wrestling fan in general who loves wrestling games. This will be a pretty good time getting the plat. It's not the best wrestling game. I think THQ has done better in the past when it comes to the wrestling games. But at the same time, for free $99, this thing is pretty rockin'. I think definitely check it out. And the fact that there's no online trophies is a bonus as well. That's a big plus as well. So out of the 3 games, of course, I'm going to shout out Streets of Rage 4 as the one I want you to play. I want you to put your gloves on, roll up them sleeves, and get ready for a pretty challenging plat. So if you hear that and say, nah, B, no, thank you, then go to SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake and play that instead. And then the 3rd game in the list, I'll say do AEW Fight Forever. I did all 3, I got all 3 plats. One was very difficult, but I got it done, and I can recommend all 3 of these games. Maybe 2.5, a half recommend for AEW, depending on those situations I mentioned before. Let me know down in the comments section what you think about this Days of Play update. Do you think it's awesome? Are you excited for these 3 games? Are you excited for the PS2 Classics? Any and all thoughts I want to hear down below. What you think about this update. And of course, keep it locked to the Platinum XPerience, especially for the mid-month. This month's mid-month update for Extra and Premium, because especially with those PS2 Classics and the potential for those games to get trophies, this is going to be an insane video that I'm going to be covering. I hope all your trophy hunting expeditions during this insane celebration go incredibly well, and peace out.